Hi, Robert and Debbie. So lovely to work with you again. I would love to show you some wonderful ideas for South America this time, Peru and Galapagos. There's so many things to see and do here. I've put together an itinerary for your little group, and I'm going to go through all of the details so you can understand how everything works. So let me share my screen. And you should be able to see this PDF. I'm going to send this to you as well so you have it in writing. But let's go through it just so you understand how the logistics fall into place in South America because there is a lot of them. So this trip tackles Peru and Ecuador. Great combination. You're going to go to Machu Picchu and to the Galapagos, and it is a completely private trip for the seven of you. So I understand it's seven adults. It's going to be three double rooms and one single room, and that is included all throughout. So June 14th of next summer, you're going to fly to Lima, Peru. It's the international airport. We're going to pick you up, as always, big sign with your names on it, a private car, and take you to a hotel downtown for 2 nights. The hotel that I chose is the Suma. This is a really great located hotel in Miraflores. Overlooks the ocean. It has a rooftop. It's a really nice place to unwind after your travels, but it has all the amenities you need and it's perfect location for exploring if that takes your fancy. So that next day after breakfast, as always, BLBLD, that stands for the meals that we've included as always on all our trips. And so what we will do is show you the best of Lima. There are many ways to do this. So if you like a traditional city tour with Main Square, the cathedral, the museum, we can do that, or we can do it this way, which is our gourmet tasting walking tour. There's always a car with you, so you don't have to walk across the whole city. But when you are out and about, you're kind of exploring the city like a local and you're tasting your way through the city. So when we're at the ruins, we're having snacks. When we're on the ocean, we're making pisco sours, and so on and so on. It's a great introduction to the city, gets you moving, gets you excited before we leave for Cusco the next morning. I want to just add that Lima is has some of the best restaurants in the world. Actually, 3 of the top 5 are here. So if you have foodies in your group, this is definitely a place where we can make some reservations for you. June is peak season. This is the best time to visit South America if you're out and about to explore, especially Machu Picchu. So it's great that you're planning a year in advance. And day 3, now we're going to leave Lima behind and we're going to go to what is the highlight of the trip, which is the Inca Triangle, which is Cusco, Sacred Valley, and Machu Picchu region. And I have built the trip in a safe way so you can acclimate. So it might look like you're moving around a lot, but the whole idea is that when you land from Lima to Cusco, it's a 1-hour flight that we're going to take you on that's included in the trip. You're going to be landing at the highest altitude of the trip. So obviously, I don't want you staying in Cusco and not feeling well. This is why we whisk you off to the Sacred Valley. It's about an hour away, but it drops 2,000 feet and it really makes a difference on your body. It helps you acclimate easier. And by staying here for 2 nights, you are going to explore Inca ruins, indigenous villages, markets. It's a really lively countryside filled with some really wonderful gems. So that first day when you arrive, we take you right to the Sacred Valley and we go to places like Salineras, which is visually stunning, great for photography, but you're not going to be doing any strenuous walking. You're not hiking or anything like that. We want you to take it easy. We're going to arrange a beautiful lunch, usually like a farm to table restaurant, and then check into our hotel. So the hotels in the Sacred Valley all look like this. They're like lodges in the mountains, beautiful views. You're in the middle of nowhere, so you're going to be eating in the hotel. So we've included dinner for you. Inca Terra is one of my favorites, but there's at least 4 like this, which I really love. And so the next day, we're continuing to acclimate, we're continuing to explore Sacred Valley. We're going to tackle some really popular sites like Ollantaytambo, which are really famous ruins, along with Misminay, which is an indigenous community, really remote in the Andes, and it gives you a really good glimpse of what life is like here. It's a lot of fun to visit these families. So we're going to tackle both of them in one day, spend another day in that lovely lodge. And now on day 5, you should be acclimated, feeling great. We're off to Machu Picchu. It's a 2.5-hour train ride. We take care of your permits, your train tickets. We have a porter that waits for you at the train station so you could take your bags to the hotel so you can go back to the ruins. It's a lot of details here, and this is why it's really important to plan ahead. Just to give you an idea, for summer of 2026, every permit to Machu Picchu has been sold out. So if anyone wants a last minute spontaneous trip to Peru, it is very hard to get to Machu Picchu. So planning a year in advance, great plan. But we take care of all the logistics behind the scenes. We have our drivers, our porters, our guides. I have been doing Peru for over 20 years. I have personally been here at least 7 times. I have done every hike, every trip, every excursion. So I'm here to answer any of your questions. We're continuously exploring and making sure the trip is better and better and inspecting hotels and so on. So that first day, you arrive by the train. You're there by probably 10:30 in the morning. You have a private tour with your guide of Machu Picchu. A beautiful lunch is arranged for you. And then we return to the village and check into the hotel just for one night here in Machu Picchu. This will allow you to kind of decompress. This is the highlight of Peru, so I don't want you to rushing in and out of the ruins and leaving that evening. But it also allows you to visit the little village, the little market. There's a museum, there's some hot springs. And then in the morning, we rise again, meet your guide, and go back to the ruins for sunrise at Machu Picchu. A really special experience. About half of the people are not going to be there. So way less crowds, different lighting, great for photography. And if you have any hikers in your little group there, we can arrange some really great trails. There's Huayna Picchu, Uchu Picchu, Machu Picchu Mountain. There's so many wonderful trails that we can incorporate this day for anyone that wants to break off and hike. So you just let me know. And then after lunch, we go back to Cusco on a train. It's about a 2.5 hour train ride. And Cusco is going to be our last destination in Peru. We're going to stay at the Casa Andina. It's a great Peruvian hotel right in the middle. You can walk to the main square. So location is really wonderful. And I want you to be well located because you're fully acclimated now. You can explore, you can sit in the main square and people watch. It's a great city. That next day, our last day in Peru, I'm going to have a private guide show you the highlights of Cusco, give you some free time to explore on your own. We're going to do a pisco sour tasting or a workshop where you learn how to make it yourself. And then I have arranged dinner for you inside a museum. So it's a great archaeological museum. It closes at 6 o'clock, opens up for our reservations, and you eat amongst the museum. It's a really great experience. A fantastic chef works here. And then day 8, we say goodbye to Peru and we fly to Quito in Ecuador. That's the main airport in Ecuador, really wonderful colonial city. We're going to stay at the Plaza Grande, one of my favorite hotels in the main square, and we're going to be here for 3 nights. So the first day is our arrival day. We're going to arrive, we have a leisurely afternoon. Then we're going to have a private guide, a guide from Quito proper, show you the highlights, go to the equator line, have a chocolate tasting, do some really fun things around the city. Have a nice lunch, of course. I usually arrange lunch at an equator. It's called the Crater Restaurant because the crater is continuously puffing up smoke and it's a really fun location. And then on the last day in Quito on June 23rd, we're going to take you outside of the city to show you life in the Andes in Ecuador, which is much different from life in the Andes of Peru. Very different people, very different traditions. So it's a really nice way for you to see it. So Cotopaxi is a national park. It's surrounded by volcanoes and surrounded by estancias, which is local farms with ranches with a working ranch with horses. We can go horseback riding, we can go hiking here. There are lagoons, there are markets, there are so many different things that we can do here, but the whole idea is to spend some time with these wonderful local ranchers in the Andes of Ecuador. And then we return to Quito. So you're spending 3 nights in the same hotel. You're not checking in and out. You're just spending an afternoon in the Cotopaxi National Park. And then June 24th is our day where we start our Galapagos trip. So we take you to the airport. We take care of your customs, your permits, your ID cards, your flights to the Galapagos. Everything is done for you. We have a Galapagos assistant that is at the airport who will handle all of this for you. And then you take a 2-hour flight to the islands. Once you arrive in the Galapagos, the Sea Star cruise, the whole team will be waiting there for you to take you on board, and then they will take care of everything from then on. So why did I choose the Sea Star? It's a 16-person super family friendly, family owned actually yacht. We have been working with them for many years, always such great feedback. They have 4 cabins that have balconies, which I have on hold for you for June 24th, which is when the cruise begins. And it is a 6-day, 5-night cruise. Why do I love this cruise? Let me show you the itinerary. Here is the map of the Galapagos. In 5 nights, 6 days, you are able to tackle the east coast of the Galapagos as well as all the western islands. This is quite unusual. Usually it takes 7 nights to do this, but because the Sea Star is a newer boat, a faster engine, is able to tackle a lot more spots in the island. So it's really exciting. I'm actually going to see the Sea Star this summer. I'm going back to the Galapagos probably for my 8th time. Very excited about Ecuador. Ecuador is up and coming. We have so many wonderful experiences on the mainland, in the Amazon, on the coast. So it's always something new. It's a really thriving tourism. It's actually our #1 destination. So the Galapagos has my heart. And as you might have known, my husband is from Ecuador. So we love this country. So what do you do in the Galapagos? When you are on the boat, you're going to get off at least twice a day. You're going to be going on wet landings and dry landings. You're going to go to different beaches. You're going to go a hike on lava. You're going to go on, soft sand. There's all kinds of excursions because every island is different and every island is home to different species of animals. So you will see giant tortoise, you will see sea lions, penguins, all kinds of marine activity. And every day you will have an opportunity to get in the water. And we take care of all your wetsuits and all the equipment that you might need to get into the snorkeling gear. But it is a fantastic adventure. I love that you're going to be seeing the spectrum of the islands from the east to the west. So it's a really great trip for 6 days, 5 nights. So that is what the trip would look like. And on that last day, which is June 29th, we're going to take you back to the mainland, and from Quito, you fly home, and that is your trip. 16 days covers so many highlights, but I just wanted to touch base with you. If you do want a longer cruise, because sometimes people come forward and want a 7-night cruise, I do have another option for you. It's called Natural Paradise, also a 16-person boat that has spaces as well around these same dates, maybe a week later. So if you want a longer cruise, we can certainly do that. But let me know your questions. Let me know your thoughts on Ecuador and Peru. No visas, no vaccinations, very easy to handle. All you need is your passport, and I'm here to answer any of your questions. Thanks so much for listening and happy travels.